Hi everybody, good afternoon and welcome on behalf of Rangai to the Gisborne Oval, specifically Oval Ground number 1 and Enterprise Cars OBM against these guys, the visitors, and a very, very good team. Ethan Reeves leads them out, the fullback. This is GT Shearing Waikohu, one of the most powerful teams in the grade, one of the 4 most powerful teams in the grade, team number 3 in fact. Just down the road from us, later on this afternoon, Barry Park, number 1, Young Māori Party, East Coast Farm Vets, YMP, unbeaten competition leaders, will be taking on Ngārapa, Laso Ngārapa, and today OBM from left to right in the red, white and blue against Waikohu. With me, Tobias Horsfield. Tobias, the semi-finals, the nitty-gritty, the business end. How are you looking forward to it?
Oh, Ben, it's just looking over all the teams and from all the season. It's amazing to even get to this point for a semi-final, and it's amazing for my first semi-final commentating as well. So it's amazing to see both teams that we've been following all year, especially OBM, Ben.
Got the right guy in charge, Damien McPherson. Unofficially Poverty Bay's number 1, their only active Heartland official, and Waikohu from right to left of your screen. OBM from left to right in, as we said, the red, the white and the blue. It's a big forward pack from Waikohu.
Oh, Miles is on there.
Yes, Miles, Lardeli Muatawa certainly balanced the scales up. On behalf of OBM, Damien McPherson, the first penalty goes to Waikohu. Waikohu, as you know, Tobias, a big, powerful forward pack. They're a forward pack that could make an impression in the game early on.
Oh, of course, Ben, and it showed who were they playing last week? A couple of weeks ago when Waikohu, they came back and they got that comeback score on OBM.
Well, you know, we've seen some tremendous rugby here. I think the last time we were here, conditions were very different. Conditions were difficult. Waikohu with the first real attacking opportunity here. Rewarded the first penalty. Damien McPherson is the best Premier grade referee that we have. Go deep and Waikohu win line-out ball. That's something, Tobias, that'll be very important.
Yeah.
Good ball for Waikohu.
It's definitely going to be a close one with the line-outs, Ben. Oh, and that's a strong push.
Okay.
And that's a try, Waikohu.
The first try of the match has gone to Waikohu, so they're up 5-0. And that's the start that they would have wanted. This Waikohu team have a player coach, of course, in ultimate charge. That's Tane Maguire, and they'd be very happy with that. Ethan Reeves take the shot. He led them out. He looked, when he took the field this afternoon, Tobias, he looked very purposeful, Ethan. He looked very focused.
Yeah, Ben. As soon as we got here, I could see him. He was kicking, and he was getting into his zone. And I think he kicked about 10 in a row, like flat. He didn't miss one, Ben. And if we're going into a game with that mentality, then you're going to have a good game.
Switched on. He's a talented player, Ethan. I can remember as a youngster, he lived and breathed rugby. Loved his rugby. Reminds me in some ways of another little chap named Max Fisher, who also loved his rugby, lived and breathed the game. So 5-0. Okay, and the conversion attempt is successful for 7-0. Waikohu, a dream start for them, Tobias. That's exactly what they wanted.
Definitely, Ben, and it's going to be very interesting to see on how both teams come back at each other.
Terry Reeves, sideline, this sideline. One of our assistant referees, long-serving Neville Barwick. Fred Barwick on the other side of the ground. Brian Faituri White with the restart. The powerful Waikohu forward pack.
I've seen that Brian Faituri White, he's come back at fly half today, Ben.
Yes, yes.
That's going to be very awesome to see. I enjoy his kicking.
Well, he's a creative player, Brian Faituri White. And penalty there, OBM, the first penalty they've been awarded by referee McPherson this afternoon. The ground, I had a little walk around on it earlier. It's soft, but there's been no pooling. It's been pretty good in the last 24 hours. Just what they needed, what all of these teams wanted. And the oval, again, as I've said, so often this season, is in better condition, I think, this season than it has been for years. You can play good rugby on here, on this ground. Dylan Dolman Tuho, fullback for OBM, is a clever player, player coach. Tell you what, it's good when you can get out and run with the boys, eh, as a player coach.
Definitely, Ben. It's awesome to see player coaching, especially with OBM as well, and with him still playing with the team. And that's awesome to see.
Oh, it's good. That's a good lad, Dylan. Is a thinker. Line out. Remember, Waikohu won the first line out, and from the ensuing drive, they scored. Neville Barwick over there. He's been at this for 30-odd years. I can remember when he was refereeing first 15 rugby's a long time ago. Excellent take there. Was that Jordan? Jordan got up to win that one, Jordan Kingy. Good drive here from OBM.
Awesome drive.
Good, powerful stuff here from OBM. So they start well up front as well. This is where you need some wraparound help. McPherson in good position to make a call. OBM close to the line here. They look very determined. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Brian Faitini White has the ball.
Oh.
Clever player, as we've remarked on that before.
We'll take a Sergio on the wing today.
Yes, and he's quick. Jordan
Yeah.
Christie and Brian Faitini White are the inside backs for OBM. At the moment, they're willing to come hard.
Big hits.
They're a little high in terms of body position. That's what happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Is that Dixon? Yes, it
Lance
is.
Dixon.
So Lance Dixon grabs the first OBM try this afternoon at a try well taken. He, as we've said too before, Tobias, is quick off the mark. That's one of the characteristics of his play.
Yeah, Ben. Him and Ricky Turuki are like how they're so effective when they're right in front of the goalpost. They're on that 5 metre line, and it's.
So, OBM strike back, remember, score at the moment 7-0, a converted try. Early on to Waikohu, the first of the game, and OBM hit back. They needed it, Dixon did it. Quick off the mark, big guy. And has a step, has a swerve. Has a swerve,
Yeah,
Tobias.
he's got a bit of a step on him.
Score at the moment here 7-5. Oval is a pretty picture today. Could be the site of the grand final next week. Could. Okay, so 7-all. 1v4, 2v3. This is the 2v3 semi-final. OBM plays second in the competition. Had one tough loss to YMP at the end of the first round. 7-all. Couple of tries early on. And interesting, Toby, of course, the forwards played their part in that. Underneath it, Ngahiwi Manuel with a good catch there. Ngahiwi, head spin, he spun.
Miles.
Well, Miotawa, you got to use what God gave you, and he did again. So Miles making good yardage. Meterage as it is these days. Ethan Reeves could counter-attack here, may go long with a kick instead. I think that's pretty clever play.
That's a good kick.
Trying to turn OBM around. Brian Faitini White in good position. Brian there with the right foot. Fine margins.
Nice catch.
Great man once said, you know, the margins are small, the stakes infinite.
He only seen Reeve times.
Big 5 out from halfway. Waikohu in possession. That was Jeff Parry.
Knock on by Jeffrey
Knock
Parry.
on, and it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And Jeff Parry doesn't do that very often, you know. He's pretty solid player. Accidentally puts the ball down. Pass was that pop pass was perhaps a tiny bit high. Look at Miles over there tucking himself in. That's a good thing. Number 3, Miles Lardeli Miotawa. So you've got Jordan, Kingy, and also Haraweta Kaukura locking for OBM. James Rutini, a very, very good presence as well. You want to keep your eye on Rutini. Could really come up with something here.
Jordan.
So OBM with some ball.
Penalty OBM.
Lost forward there by Waikohu. Heard another whistle. Seemed to be for an injury to Miles. He's about to receive attention there. Looks like the wrist and forearm. It says a lot too for the local officials that we have three guys out here today. Damien McPherson with Terry Reeves, and they've got good help, and Neville Bark, Fred Bark on the other side. This is a time around the country where it's hard to get people to referee, and to have these guys out here willing to do it is something else. They've got table officials as well. It's a thankless job, and we are very lucky to have them. Good player, young Dayton. Well, not so young anymore, but I can remember he was a very good player too in his time. Gutsy to the point of crazy. He and Brad. OBM, Ricky Tenakia is the number 8 forward. Okay, Christie sends him left. Brian fired to the white. Tikasito running hard here. That's powerful stuff. That's powerful stuff.
That was Solomoni Rosari too.
Waikohu made a very quick start to the game. But since that time, OBM have composed themselves, come back and drawn level. Damien McPherson. I've often wondered in this situation whether it would be a better thing for the referee to remain with the players on the far side and the assistant referee to come over and check on the injured player. And the reason I suggest that is, with these guys having communications, anything that the referee needs to know, of course, he can get from the assistant. For him to have to jog all the way over here is, it probably slows the game down a fraction. Not that anyone's overly bothered by it. You want to have 15 healthy guys on the park,
Yeah,
Tobias.
definitely.
What have you enjoyed about watching these teams this season, Waikohu and OBM, because you've seen both of them?
Oh, I've seen a lot of things this year, Ben. Definitely, like, if it's with Waikohu when we went out to Paddy's Park and they made that mean-as impact on the first round.
Yes, they certainly did.
Or
Keanu Tomata, good win. Yep, carry on.
Or if it was OBM and they were coming back from, they were like a 4-win streak.
Yes.
And I think it was the 4-win streak that we commentated every single OBM game, and every single time we commentated OBM, they would not disappoint.
No. Jordan Christie. Promising halfback, I think. Running hard. They've got guys who can run hard and straight. Solomoni Rosari. Second really strong run he's made. Here comes Miles. He reached up with the ball. I thought he was shaping to kick. I thought he was shaping to kick there for a moment, Miles. Christian again. Off the floor. Brian fired to the white. That's a good pass. Waikohu's defence is pretty good. Lots of opportunities to tackle anyway early on. Jordan Christie, a tiny little fella. He, I'm not sure if he's the smallest halfback going, but he's certainly diminutive. Blake Beard, he's one of your favourites too, isn't he, Tobias? You love Blake Beard, and what do the kids call it? A mullet. Is that what you call it? There's a character.
Gotta love to see Jordan Christie back on the field, though.
Mario Council, most experienced halfback in the competition, been around for a long time. Very positive, Mario. In terms of positive, I can remember many years ago playing with Henry Lamont. He'd certainly talk to you if you needed it. It's a long time ago. 1992.
Quick tap for Waikohu.
Good strong stuff. Waikohu with ball in hand for the first time in some time. Penalty here, Waikohu. OBM have had the territorial advantage last little while, last 5 minutes.
Is everything okay, Blair? No, the live's not working. The live's not working? I'll pass you on up to the... Have a chat to the cameraman. Just Just ask them what's happening with the live.
Okay, ball thrown into play. It's a loose ball situation. So OBM are now settled. Brian Waitiri White holds the ball, feigns right, goes to ground. Dixon, try scorer Dixon. Dixon over halfway.
Dixon!
Dixon!
Dixon's away!
Dixon is making good yards today and also gets some support. So Lance Dixon running amok out there. Great start for Dixon. Dixon proving to be slippery. So we've got an OBM team which has come back after conceding the first try.
Scrum to come here for Waikohu.
Yes, this is an important scrum. The visitors have been under attack for the last 5 minutes or so. Rosari has run well, hard and back.
Don't give you think, and Dixon as well, Ben.
Yeah.
It's like we say every week, our forwards are they just get better and better every week, or they show us something new. If it's Dixon, or like when Ricky Tideke ran the whole field, kicked it and caught the ball.
I think Dixon's playing very well at the moment. On this ground, both these teams are able to run with the ball. This ground is in good condition. Well marked. This sort of thing draws people back to rugby. They enjoy coming out to rugby and seeing everything so well organised. That's commented upon. Poverty Bay Rugby Football Union doing a good job with these things. Very good job. Throw to come. And again, Waikohu able to win their own line-out ball. And bring the ball back on the hoof.
OBM on defence.
Jacob Leaf and Tane Maguire in the midfield today.
Blake Beard ain't letting that ball go.
Yep. Beard tried to rip the ball from Waikohu, but Waikohu were too good then, held on to it. Got to halfway. Referee playing under advantage there. Waikohu. Tristan Morton, the big guy, just getting back on side here behind the ball. He's been one of their best forwards in the last 5 or so years, Tristan Morton. Lion-hearted big man, makes a huge effort every game he plays. I don't know if anybody else noticed, but a couple of those lads, wonder how far forward they were of the kicker. A little way. A little way. Waikohu, no problem winning their own ball. But Takairo Maguire and James Rutene in the second row for them. Matza, of course, a former hooker as well. So Waikohu's timing should be pretty good at the line out. That looks like an OBM ball, it is. So OBM have won the line out against the throw, and their forward pack has certainly made a good start. Here's Keanu.
Oh, Miles.
That's Miles. Okay, battering ram. So
he's still on his feet.
Miles going for it, powerful. The big guys are starting to throw their weight around here.
Blake Beard.
Blake Beard there, he's a little high. Gets hit hard. Strong tackle there by Kimihia Matiaha. Brian fights to what Keanu Reeves, stop start. That's what you call stop start. That's what stop start looks like. Here's our Rosari. Powerfully there. Bang, strongly there into Fleming. Turnover though, and Waikohu who have the ball. Well, had the ball and kicked it away.
Oh, Joe Tikasidre.
Tikasidre is quick, lost his footing. Near halfway, or got over halfway by about 5 metres. So once again, OBM with plenty of ball. They have, as they say, the pill. Here is our Brian Waitiri White. Looked like a cross kick. Boot to ball now, Ethan Reeves from the back. Ethan Reeves has got the ball in goal. Okay, pressure here, a goal line restart. What about this, Tobias? This goal line restart, go short to try and get it back or go long?
If I was Waikohu, I'd go long.
Yes.
I'd get that ball out of there.
Looking specifically sideline, nobody tight to the sideline on this left side. Nice hands by Tika Sidre.
Nice
Did well there,
hands.
good skills. Got pace and skills and good hands too. Tika Sidre riding high, running hard. Miles Lardeli Muta. That was a step, I swear it was a step. The Miles step, the undiscovered country. So OBM at the moment, it's 7-all. It was a big whistle there, a thoughtful whistle though. A thoughtful whistle there from referee McPherson. OBM, well, they're in goal.
Solomoni
Solomoni
Rosari.
Rosari. Going to be too hard to hold from there. What's the ruling here from referee McPherson? Okay. Well, that's some stout-hearted defence there from Waikohu because they were... Rosari is a big, strong guy.
Someone's going into the office now to see if they can get a go. Okay.
Came close.
Oh, that's a nice kick.
Tika Sidre again with good hands.
Yeah.
Truth of the matter is a wing three-quarter needs good hands.
Yeah.
Waikohu had to go for turnover. Waikohu now knocked down by Keanu Taumata. Keanu Taumata.
He didn't even realise he had done that.
Had he known that the ball was coming his way,
Yeah.
the line was open. Had he known. Miles Lardeli Muatawa, Jordan Christie, all creatures great and small. 7-all here at the moment at the Oval. Grand old Gisborne Oval. Mario Council. Waikohu need to play this game at the other end of the park. They've been at their own end for a little while now. And you know, Tobias, you don't want to forget they did start the game very quickly.
Definitely, Ben. You can't get me wrong with it. 2 tries in like the first 3 minutes of the game. Definitely can't go wrong.
I'm impressed by the way that the home team bounced back because sometimes that can knock you for 6. They recovered from that very quickly. The lightning start from GT Sharing Waikohu. A big scrum from OBM, and the scrum looks good from the home team. Long pass there, beautiful pass
nice
by
pass.
Tane Maguire. And now Ethan Reeves. Reeves has a boot to ball. Dylan Dolman Tuho shepherding the ball towards the touchline. Dylan there with a good pass.
Tika Sidre.
Beautiful, that was very good rugby. We go back here. I thought that those things happened within a split second of each other, but referee McPherson is the best in the business locally, and he has made the call. What impresses me there, referee McPherson makes the call. He doesn't waste words, doesn't take the man aside for a 20-minute explanation. He makes the call. It's good enough. That's how it is. That's one of those calls that players will accept. They sort of hope against hope that it won't go against them, but if it does, they're prepared to take that one on the chin. I thought Dylan Dolman Tuho got back very well. You know what? He was in good position, and the pass he gave back off that left sideline was a beautiful pass.
Definitely.
There would have been a chance to counter-attack, but for hand of God and whistle of Damos. So 7-all. An enjoyable semi-final. That's what you want. Ball given some air. Okay, that's a loose one. OBM has won at least one line out against the throw. That one there's Messi. Casey Wilson at far wing for Waikohu. An enjoyable winger. Doesn't step twice on the same spot or run sideways. Just runs hard and runs straight. Pretty simple approach there from him. Tobias, you've seen Casey Wilson.
Yeah. Casey Wilson, he always surprises me. He surprised me in the probably being East Coast game, definitely when he came on the field.
Sometimes the game can be too clever for its own good. It's essentially big guys running hard at each other. And at the moment, 7-all. Mario Council, OBM with a powerful scrum there. It's Wairau. Some tough stuff. Pretty physical defence and attack. Another penalty here. Waikohu within around about 5 metres of the line now. They're looking good now. They're looking strong here. Waikohu, as the ball goes down, playing under advantage. Good application of the advantage law there from referee McPherson. Game's running well. You know, one of the tips to picking that sort of thing up, to be honest, Tobias, these players are not arguing with any of the calls. Crowd's not baying for blood. Well, Miles wants somebody. Ricky Tedekia, Tane Maguire, you know, thoughtful guys. One, of course, number 8, captain, the other player coach. Some pretty talented people. And experienced as well. Jeffrey Party, a good thrower of the ball. If he throws the ball into play, that's an excellent line out. The art of the line out. There is an art to it. Real exercise in teamwork and timing these days, the line out. No longer the mad scramble that it was once upon a time. Ball's been tied up for a little while, okay. Go right there, Waikohu. Remember, Waikohu saved a try at the far end. And OBM save a try now. So both teams determined in defence. Here's Dylan Dolman with a drop kick. Goes long, ball can take a long roll. Takes a high bounce.
Latrell Walker.
Latrell Walker, big guy.
Oh!
Excellent rugby there. Some really good rugby we're seeing here. Charlie Tico making a model tackle a moment ago. Blake Beard trying to catch up in defence.
Oh, that's a try for Waikohu.
Okay, so that's now 12 points to 7. And Waikohu, having been under the hammer for some time, OBM had them under pressure at their own end for around about almost 10 minutes, have bounced back. They scored the first try and try number 3. What do you think, Tobias? They showed a little bit of courage. They were rewarded for it.
It's definitely event. It's like you just said, how they were on, Waikohu were on OBM's thing for like, 10, 15 minutes. And it's just showing. Waikohu are definitely the team that they're definitely showing that they want to be in that final next week, Ben.
Yes, Kimihia Matiahi has made a good start to the game. Powerful blindside flanker and hard hitter. 12 points to 7. Ethan Reeves. An enigma. A great talent. Got to get some height on this. Got the ball up in the air. Up in the air and got it there too. So 14 points to 7.
Awesome kick.
You know, and it's noticeable too, we're not playing much of a part, not much of a factor in the game at this stage. And ball in the upright position, nice strike. Ethan Reeves, he really is a talent. Go a long way to find a nicer guy than his brother Terry. He's running touch on this side. In New Zealand parlance, we say a good joker. Brian Faitiri-White. Okay, he elects to go long this time. It's an unusual looking kick. Tristan Morton! Ooga booga! Tristan Morton! Oh man, Tristan Morton! You wouldn't want to make his acquaintance in the side street. Tristan Morton. As I said, you can have all the strategy and game plans you want, but essentially it's big bodies banging each other. That's rugby. That's what it was then. Wasn't exactly...
Solomoni Vasari is not going to take that too kindly, Ben.
It wasn't exactly pawn to king 4, but it was good stuff. Tristan Morton. You love to give one, you love to take one. Well, maybe not take one quite so much, but hit him hard. What a game, 14-7. 3 converted tries and high standard with the goal kicking too. Could be important, actually. 2 tries to 1. Rosari's looked good.
Vasari's played his best game all season.
Well, this is the end that OBM were at a little while ago, and you thought that they might break Waikohu, but Waikohu just held on. Hung tough. Tane Maguire's a good organiser. Matikairo Maguire locking. Here's Brian Faituri White there with the inside hand. And again, not a lot of giving, Waikohu. Not a lot of giving, the men from Tekaraka Domain, Jordan Christie. Now Lance Dixon, he's caught by 3 guys, 4 guys. Like the litter that won't get off. Okay, Blake Beard again going right side. Good solid play by Beard. The ball is on the ground. New Zealand, the lost art of rucky. My goodness, I can remember a time when they would have been boots and all in there. And here now OBM on the drive again.
Miles
Lardeli Mutawa.
Get off me.
A titan amongst titans. So OBM United they stand, pushing away to the left. Damien McPherson. Look at that Casey Wilson over there threatening mayhem. Look at him, Tobias. He's got muscles where you shouldn't have them. And can go hard. Boy. Brian Faituri White. What I look for when I watch Brian Faituri White is that good pass. Not the flashy pass or the 30-metre pass, but the thinking man's pass. And he is that type of player. There are big, powerful guys around the place, no doubt about that, but it's an intellect, Brian Faituri White. Tane Maguire with a magnificent pass earlier. Get his people going at their own end. A lot of flair and skill out there. Scrum taking a while to set. Jordan Christie going to go right, goes to our Dylan Dolman.
Oh,
Dylan kicks through. Jaletico over there on that right side, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Dylan Dolman Tuho, we were just talking about a thinking man's player, and that's a very good example of it. You know, Dylan Dolman, not one of those people that talks and talks and talks, you know what I mean? He'll show by example, obviously he'll talk, but he is one of those guys that does more than just talks.
He walks the walk, Ben.
Yeah, and that was what did you think? I thought that was a beautifully weighted kick as well.
Obviously, Ben, and it's not too, he didn't kick it too hard, it was just perfect size, and then Bro just managed to pick it up perfectly and score.
If anything, that kick probably benefits from being a little shorter rather than too long. What is it that Brian Faituri White wants? Sand? Or he's got the T? Well, the evolution of the T, rubber these days. Once upon a time was sand. Way back when it was just your heel made a big deep hole in the pit. And then you set the ball in there and booted that. Here comes Brian Faituri White. Start on the right to go down the middle. Starts on the right to go down the middle. And that's Brian Faituri White. Lovely kick. Judged that beautifully.
Brian kicked it and he just turned around and just looked.
Brian Faituri White. 14 all. 4 converted tries. And again, you've seen forward presence, seen very good goal kicking, seen good line-out work. The contest at the line-out is a good one. So 14 all. Here's our Harawira Kaukura, possibly the best pure line-out forward in the competition.
Kia ora whanau.
Okay, here's Miles.
Oh! Just for anyone that's just joining now, we've just gone live on the Poverty Bay YouTube, but our score is 14-12 to Waikohu. 14 all.
14 all. Here's our Blake Beard. Round about 10 out from halfway. And penalty there. Blake Beard.
Tell them it's 14 all. 14 all.
Adrian Wirral. Waikohu forward pack that's had to fight hard. The scrum has been a real battle. It's been an enjoyable battle to watch. Line-out's also been a battle.
Oh,
Well, never forget the main purpose of a kick for touch is to find touch. Yards are an added extra. What do you do here if you're Waikohu, Tobias? What do you do next?
well, they've got just under 7 minutes left, and judging what they did on their second try, if they can hold on and stay in OBM's 10 metres,
They've proven they've got stickability.
yeah, definitely. Then I think they could score a try.
Okay, Waikohu there. Turnover at the line out, so it'll be a scrum to OBM. OBM have looked strong at the scrum. Waikohu, in terms of the guys they've got that can run it back, let me tell you, they've got guys that can run it back. Got Latrell Walker, Casey Wilson.
Latrell Walker, he's fast on his feet. Yeah.
Tall lad.
Yeah.
What I enjoy about Casey Wilson is you know what you're getting. You know, you don't pay for bacon and get pork. Mario Council. Up comes Casey Wilson. Much better scrum. Okay, and strong stuff.
Oh, Rosari's still on his feet.
So Rosari making good yards. Nice hands there from Brian Fighton White. I thought he did pretty well. You know, you got to make it up as you go along sometimes. Brian Fighton White.
Nice kick.
He found himself in what you call a jam, you know what I mean? He got a tough pass. Managed to recover and scramble the ball to touch, but playing under penalty advantage. I don't think there's any doubt Brian Fighton White did pretty well to get out of the hole.
Definitely. Awesome hands.
Yeah. Scrum. Modern winger gets so few opportunities, real running breaks, as we knew. When you get the ball, you've got to make the most of your chances. Waikohu scrum, right side of the ground. Big numbers on the left. Ben Holt's got a big game too, just up the road a little while from now. Tobias, he's got YMP and Ngarapa.
That's gonna be a big semi-final too.
Ngarapa are going to play with great desperation and with real courage because you have to. Simple as that. It's the unbeaten champions. You either do or you don't. And here now at 14 all. Wonderful game of rugby. Mario Council, good service. Okay, willing to run. Tane Maguire throws the dummy. Tane Maguire! Maguire beautifully for Reeves. Maguire! Maguire brought down, pops the pass up.
Take a Cedric.
The magic of Maguire. Is athletic, has good hands, class player. Rugby is a team game, but there comes a time you know that those people who can do something need to do it. That's what he did then, Maguire. Threw the dummy, stepped through the gap, just needed that last pass to stick. I enjoyed, that was fantastic. We have people running on and off. Maguire lost it. Did he lose a boot?
Must have lost the boot.
Well, what's he wearing then? He's wearing a boot. Why has he been given a boot when he's got a boot? He's got two boots. Doesn't like that boot. Oh, I'd sympathise. Depends on the spot. 14 all. Maguire ran well. Talented Gisborne Boys High School first 15 back in his time. Many of these lads were 14 all. Good quality rugby played at a good clip, very positive, and discipline very good from both teams as well. No cards have been issued.
It's always good when there's no cards too, Ben.
Oh, you don't want to play a semi-final with 14 people.
Oh,
Okay. OBM with boot to ball. Latrell, okay.
Oh,
And
Rosari!
Rosari has come forward. Waikohu could pay for that turnover. Latrell came forward, the ball held up. Referee McPherson gets that whistle ready. Heats it up. Is that Jordan Christie somewhere under there? Oh, what a pass.
Lance Dixon!
Now Lance Dixon.
Dixon
Jordan
again.
Christie. Beautiful
Blake
ball. And Blake Beard makes a break. Trying to throw the one-hander back. Lance Dixon. You know, he and Jordan Christie and Blake Beard almost rustled something up. Dylan Dolman Tuho. Naomi Manuel's played well. Now he's feeling the pinch. Jeffrey Parry's played well. Okay, Brian Faitini-White finds touch.
Oh.
It's a very good line kick. Game has been played at pace. Mario Council now querying referee McPherson. Those are genuine questions.
And I think this is going to be our last play before half-time,
It'll
Ben.
be Harawira Kankuna, magnificent in the air.
Oh.
Brian Faitini-White. Last Dixon is Blake Beard, punching through Blake Beard. And then Jeffrey Party. Miles trots after the ball. Oh, Mario. This is a very close semi-final.
Tell me
Tobias.
about it, Ben.
I don't know about their second semi-final this afternoon. What do you think? Similar game?
Well, I'm hoping for similar. I'm hoping. I don't like it when a team just gets absolutely annihilated. Like, it just takes the fun out of it.
No, I can't think who that would be. Certainly going to be exciting rugby. You're going to see real guts on display. Okay, that's oh no, it's popped out the side. That's a tight end here. So sends a long one there, Brian Faitini-White. Rosari has it, runs it up. Excellent tackle, great defence. Seen some wonderful defence here from Waikohu in the first half. They saved a try. Tremendous stuff from Matiaha.
Oh, Miles!
Miles Lardeli Mutawa.
He just tried to pick Miles
Look at those
up.
legs like a man's waist. Good stuff. Brian Faitini-White with a long pass, a cut-out pass.
This is going to be a really close second half.
I'll tell you what,
Ben.
few opportunities to run for backs. Defence is very good.
Oh,
Strong stuff. OBM's forwards. Brian Faitini-White, the long one. That's a Kokura. Ball takes and bounces. Charlie Tico. Charlie Rosari. Rosari off the sideline. So 14 all at half-time. Remember, Waikohu opened the scoring here on Rangai, our coverage on YouTube of this, the first semi-final. A 1 p.m. start here at the Gisborne Oval, 14 all. And it is entertaining stuff.
Oh, hey, welcome. Let me show you what we do around here. Make friends with like-minded people. Be behind the camera or be in front.
And after school, film some rugby and get paid. Woo!
Well, that was fun. Are you in? Oh, hey, welcome. Let me show you what we do around. Oh, hey, welcome. Let me show you what we do around here. Make friends with like-minded people.
I can tell you that there's some guys in the super rugby.
On it.
The Herald needs an interview shot.
On it.
We need a cam operator when the whistle blows.
Cut.
Rangai needs a production services ad made.
On it.
You need to live stream the rugby.
On it.
Let us know when you're...
Okay, so OBM kick off to begin the second half. Remember, 14 all. That's an unorthodox kickoff. And Jeffrey Pardai, who can be unorthodox. What a mishmash. Here's Ngahimi Emmanuel, powerful scrummager, good thrower of the ball, and has the ball now. Jordan Christie finds Jordan Kingy. Good skills. He and Harawira Koku have had a pretty good game, I think. Here's Brian Faititi White, going to try and dodge his way through the middle. It's a hard thing to do. Christie, again on the left-hand side. That's a very good effort there from Jordan Kingy. Very good body position. And Lance Dixon! Get some of him. Lance Dixon chunks it up. Good stuff. Now Brian Faititi White. Rosari again, coming back off that right foot. Rosari, good play. OBM have had a lot of ball. What a strange start to the second half with that kickoff, that odd-looking kickoff. Okay, loose ball situation, Jeff Hardy. Diving after it. You want it, you got to go get it. Jordan Christie, away to the right. Through the dummy there, Brian Faititi White. Strong play. Christie again lines him up left. Ricky Tedekia, the captain. 14 all.
Oh.
OBM penalised here by referee McPherson. What could be a close game at the end of the day. Seen some wonderful line-out work on both teams. Tane Maguire and Dylan Dolman Tuho. Dylan with a brilliant kick through with that chip kick. Led to a try in the corner. I think Jale Tico from memory. And Tane Maguire with a strong run. Throw to come, Jeffrey Parry. Kaukura at 2. They won't be going to 2. Go a little further back. Okay.
Oh.
Throw, finds Kupu Lloyd. The powerhouse. Strong stuff here from Waikohu. Getting some ball in a good position and able to do something with it.
Some strong defence being shown by both teams.
Yes, Waikohu continuing to push down the left side. Looking for the first try of the second half. Willing to work here. Trying as hard as they can. Getting close. And getting across. That was Tane Maguire. Oh, what a try. To start the second half of play. Maguire indeed. Player coach, and I'll tell you what, that was brave rugby. Pushed hard down that left side. Scored. Makes it 19 points to 14. Remember, it was 14 all at halftime. Began with a very good win at the line-out. Kupu Lloyd. Good catch.
Yeah.
Those two guys are both very good line-out forwards, Tobias. Kupu Lloyd, Harawira Kaukura for OBM, but Kupu Lloyd, they're strong in the air.
Oh, hard. Definitely. It's the same with Lance Dixon and Tony Maguire. Even though he doesn't even look like the biggest of people.
Halfway here. AR comes up here, I'll notify it.
Very, very tough. So now 21 points to 14. Incredibly, 5 converted tries. So the standard of the goal kicking has been very good, and they haven't all been taking those shots at goal from close to the posts. 5 converted tries. Jacob Cook lifted the Lee Brothers shield for OBM. He and Willie Grogan. I was going to say so many years ago now, but it wasn't that long ago. Jacob Cook out there and a marvellous thing.
For Harawira.
Yes, for Harawira Kaukura. What is it the kids say? He's put in a good shift. So he's played very well, Harawira Kaukura. Jacob Cook, a look of anticipation on his face. Lance Dixon in 1. Restarted play. They go long into the middle. Okay, Waikohu allowing that ball to bounce. Unwisely there, Mario Council seized upon the loose ball. Was a loose ball. And, well, OBM punished Waikohu. And to be honest, that was pretty basic rugby. You can't allow the ball to bounce. And that ball's allowed to bounce from the restart. And in effect, you're almost, I hate to say it, you're almost handing a try right back with that restart that nobody calls for, nobody catches. And OBM. Now? You know what, Tobias? There's a time for saying, hey guys, we all learn and grow from that experience. And there's a time we say rubbish. Somebody should have called for it, someone should have caught it. And I think, to be honest, that was one of those.
Well, just from the kick-off from halfway, Ben, how Tikasijo, he had run down there, he had missed the tackle, and then somehow, next minute, they got the ball back, and there's a try.
Okay. So now 6 converted tries in the game. And it's very, very rare that all 6 tries in the game are all converted by goal kickers. That doesn't, normally somebody misses one. Maybe before the end somebody will miss one. But at the moment, the goal kicking is very good. I tell you what, hand on heart, I think it's neat to see Jacob Cook out there. I think that's good for rugby. I mean, what do you do when you're a rugby boy and you're not playing rugby? Okay.
Unlucky.
Once again, this restart is it's an area, it's a phase of play that needs to be addressed. Waikohu. Mario Council comes over for a word. He and Jesse Fleming. Mario's always been positive, you know, around the place scrum here. Referee McPherson. AR2
around.
Barwick on the other side. Good strong stuff here from Waikohu. Penalised though by referee McPherson.
It's going to be a penalty to OBM.
6 tries. Memorable tries, Brian. 521.
Nice kick.
You know, I think that was pretty clever stuff. He didn't waste time, Brian Faitiri White, checking however many thousand breezes there might be in midair. Just goes straight for the line and finds a good touch. Sights and sounds of rugby. One of those sights could make a big impression in just a moment. Miles Lardeli Miotawa. Throw to come, no Emmanuel. Throw to come. Cook up near the front of the line out, Jordan Kingy. It's Keanu Taumata or is it Jordan Kingy? Throw looked a little off beam. Keanu Taumata. Miles saunters over to the line out, Blake Beard. He must, those guys must thrive on the physical contact, to be honest, Tobias, because you must enjoy it. You can't get whacked as many times as they have and still be playing if you don't enjoy it, to be perfectly honest.
Definitely, Ben. Well, just talking to Blake, he was telling that if he's not playing rugby, then he's watching rugby. If he's not watching rugby, then he's reading about rugby. If he's not reading about rugby,
he's dreaming about rugby. Yeah.
Exactly.
It is our national game. Jesse on the inside.
Oh.
Excellent standard of rugby here. Waikohu, good hands. There's Ethan Reeves. Chop it up from the back. Ethan Reeves, they don't want to turn the ball over here though, Waikohu. They're still in their own half. Is that Kupu Lloyd? Okay. Blackbeard made the tackle. Oh, that's a lovely pass. He risked it all there, Tane Maguire, for Jacob Leaf. Adrian Wirral on his left on the inside. Casey Wilson. You know what? That was a fabulous pass by Tane Maguire. Scored a try, almost made one for a teammate. Maguire there, long pass. Okay, that was a good shot.
Oh, Miles.
These guys are flying at each other.
I think he dropped it just before the line.
Under penalty advantage, couldn't allow the try, obviously, but certainly comes back. 6 converted tries.
Oh, all I seen from that was Miles nearly just take out.
You know, over here, there was a long pass thrown by Tane Maguire. Anybody else, it probably would have been ripped off and intercepted for a try at the other end, but it was beautifully, beautifully weighted, honestly. Now, will it be a mundane kick at goal? Had 6 converted tries, almost been spoiled for choice in terms of which try was the best try scored. Scrum. Penalty, yes, they'll come together. Rugby football, good rugby football. And you know what? We saw that from Casey Wilson, what I was talking about before, Tobias. That uncomplicated running style, hard and straight.
Everyone's definitely got their own way of running, Vin.
Well, I think it's brilliant. At least you know what you're getting and you know where to go. The forwards know where to go.
There's absolutely no problem with
it. The big guy just runs hard and straight. You just on a beeline to him. Adrian Wirral, the number 8. What can Waikohu come up with here? Numbers on the right. Go right, okay. Here's Jacob Leaf. Leaf there with a cutout pass. Beautifully held. That's Ethan Reeves. Ethan Reeves pass away. Well, you know what, Waikohu there. It came down to a brilliant pass midfield. Ethan Reeves with the last one. Tell you what, that was some pretty good stuff. You can't whinge about that. 6 converted tries. And again, could it be 7? Not so often in a game of rugby at Premier grade level, club level, do you see such an even contest. Normally by this stage, somebody's clearly on top. But it just, at the moment, it's still hard to pick a winner.
You think it's because we're in the semi-finals?
Yeah.
And when it comes to a certain final, everyone's on the A game.
Absolutely. I think you're 100% right. 26-21. This for 28. Good chase there. It's there. I'm sure it's there. Is it there? Well, hey, hang on a second. I thought the boys took a little while there. Normally they'll wave it away, shake their heads like crazy, but they were looking hard at that.
Because that actually did look like that was going over. Or
No
went
comment.
over.
No comment. First miss at goal on the day, 26-21. They were closer than us. 26-21. 26-21. Okay, restart of players again, a short one. This time they communicate better. OBM have it.
Nice hands.
OBM coming through, claiming the restart, 26-21.
Naive Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, yeah, playing well. And he took a tumble earlier too. Brian fired to the white, nice pass, Rosario. Oh, good hands, get away, Rosario.
Oh, Reefton.
Reefton Brown, Tedekia. Got to ask myself at this stage, will that last misconversion come back?
Oh, Lance Dixon.
Okay, Dixon there. Coming hard forward, Christie again. Nice pass there from Fight to the white, the cutout pass. Blake Baird runs hard and straight. He's not a player that forces passes. Waikohu pouring through. OBM still have it. They got it back. Brian Fight to the white. That was Ngai Emmanuel. A loose one.
Oh.
Saw Michael Fox. OBM favouring some.
Oh, that's been
turned it over here.
Oh, and he dropped it.
Once again. A little bit loose. Both teams are forcing passes there. You can't know whether the margin of victory at the end of this game is going to be 2 points. But with how well guys have kicked the goal today, you don't really want to be missing shots. 26-21 at the moment. Tristan Morton, Tulsa Cowie. You got to admire those guys. They've been out there, they've been running, they've been scrumming, they've been rucking, they've been raging. Big guys don't want to come off. Jordan Christie. Nice pass there from Jordan.
Nice pass.
Okay, that's a lovely pass from Brian
nice
Fight White. They're running hard there. Okay. Did everything he could to save it in there, Tika Sidre. But he's only human. He didn't have much of a chance, really. Chased after the ball. Keanu Taumata. Got a grand future in the game. I got to admit that back row of Waikohu, they have been excellent value today. Matiaha, dogged defence, made tackles, got up, tackled again. Kupu Lloyd around the park, ball in hand, and also at the line out, obviously Adrian Waiwell as well. I can't think of any player out there from either of these teams that's had a bad game. One thing I've enjoyed from OBM this year, to be honest, is some of these restarts. Some of them are unusual. Put the opposition in two minds. Restart down the middle earlier that nobody called for, obviously. I wonder if later on you have a look at that tape of that restart. It'll be he said, she said as to who should have latched onto it. Tobias, you'd be impressed by the way that referee McPherson's handled these guys today.
Definitely been.
Doesn't have to shout, doesn't have to scream and carry on.
Doesn't have to put any cards up as well. That's
No.
like I said at the start of the game. Like,
Yeah.
it's a good game when there's no cards being.
Yeah, you allow the game to get loose and you end up having to dish out cards willy-nilly, but his control has been very good. Mario Council. Great contest, the forward contest in this game. It's been tough rugby. Adrian Waiwell uncomplainingly does well here. Waikohu might be time for boot to ball. There is a time for boot to ball. Here it comes now from Mario Council. Will he run it instead?
Oh.
Good strong pass.
Oh.
There is Casey Wilson waiting for it on the inside.
Whoa.
Casey Wilson on the outside.
Whoa! That's two. That's banter right there.
I don't know well, that happened a long way back. What happened there? I was watching Casey Wilson come down the side. Oh. Well, that's something I never saw. Now, assistant referee AR1 Terry Reeves has come in, having a word to Damien McPherson about what he's seen on the sideline. And one thing you've got to say here is that the ARs certainly haven't interfered in this game. So if he's coming forward to say something, it's for something important. Ricky Tedekia. Well, Mario Council, that's Ethan Reeves, captain of Waikohu. Ricky Tedekia. Ethan Reeves is having the law laid down to him. In this situation, of course, the referee relies totally on the AR, because if he didn't see it, and he didn't see it, obviously he can only go on what the AR has told him. It's a penalty to Enterprise Cars OBM. The reason for this is pretty straightforward. If you don't see it, it's you don't really want to be losing people if you didn't see it yourself. Okay, this is Damien McPherson back to Terry Reeves. This is the only real instance of a breakdown in the game during today's semi-final. Well, this is a yellow card here. Well, I'll tell you what happened there is that the referee thought he'd taken appropriate action. Then the AR got a hold of him again and said, no, that's not what we needed to do. And so he's had to, they'd actually restarted play and then he had to go back to him. To be honest,
That doesn't work, bro.
to be honest, sometimes you just accidentally, a game gets hard to get a handle on. That's simple as that. Sometimes it just gets away from you a bit, but they'll bring it back under control pretty quickly. They've been very good. Yeah, it's a strange one.
Oh,
It's an
OBM.
unusual one. It is within the law. So OBM have it. Do want to use the ball at this stage because referee McPherson is looking at that pretty hard. Okay. And for the first time today, you can actually hear players query a call. That hasn't been the case all day. Semi-finals are like that, you know. They get close. People get uppity, as you expect. Keanu Taumata.
I'm still questionable about the call, bro. The call.
You just simply have to be a lot closer and be able to know exactly what it was. And if you don't, you can only guess. Simple as that. No signal exists for that. OBM with a big push is Waikohu to ground. Waikohu got to get this ball back here. It's a, well, what happened to Jeffrey Parry there at the back? He's sort of rocked back for a second.
Waikohu.
Yep. Area of the ground where you don't want it. Remember, they lead at the moment by 5, 26-21.
The ball was knocked.
Well, it certainly went to ground. 26-21, a 5-point game, second half. First semi-final. Here's, well, big stuff.
Oh, Miles.
Big forearm there, big shot. Penalty here, Waikohu. It's an interesting stage of the game. Players out there are a bit annoyed about this and that, but the fact of the matter is there are still only 5 points between these teams. 5 points. And that's been, the gap between the teams today has been no bigger than 7. It was 7, then it was 7 all, then it was 14, then it was 14 all. Tane Maguire. Try score Maguire there with a... Whoa, bang! Oh, well, Casey Wilson. Hit hard there by Rosari. Just about got a goal full of the tape, that, like a steel cage, you know what I mean? Chair shot. Boy.
Ben, this is why I love Premier Rugby, man.
Well, we're all part of it. Come to the rugby. One and all.
Oh,
Tell you what, that's going to take a lot more to sting Casey Wilson than some green tape. Don't want to land on the drink bottles. Ngahiwi Manuel. Is it Jacob Cook? No, they're going to go further back. It's Jordan. Jordan Kingy, loose ball. Jeffrey Parry. No Jeffrey Parry beaten for it. Tell you what, that was strong stuff over here. It was a miracle pass to Casey Wilson. He hits the deck. That would have knocked most people out cold. Honestly. On now 19 for OBM. Costio Olive. Ngahiwi Manuel's played well. He's played a good
awesome game.
This game has become rugged. Okay, Mario Council for Jesse Fleming. Goes to the blind side instead.
Oh!
Casey Wilson down the sideline. Wayman King steps on the sideline. And Terry Reeves marks the spot.
Oh, awesome defense.
Well, you know, it is great to see there again some inventive, creative play. Everybody was thinking, myself included, they'd go to the left, and instead of that, Mario Council swings right down the blind side, and they attack the blind side. You very rarely see that in the modern game. So I'm seeing some things. So, Mario Council, deep in that bag of tricks, finds Casey Wilson in a hot run down this near sideline. Jordan, is Jordan bleeding? What's wrong with Jordan? Okay, that's... Oh, Jacob Cook, like Hercules! There with a great... Miles Ardeli Mutawa. Jordan, trying to shift one there to Keanu Taumata.
Oh, the ref's gone the way there.
Want to get away from Tristan Morton.
Penalty OBM.
Okay, Costio. What about Jacob Cook with that line-out win? Wow!
Yeah.
You see that?
That's just awesome defense being shown by OBM then.
OBM's going to have to fight for this. Waikohu. They're a tough team, the number 3.
Oh.
They well deserve that billing. Is that Ethan Reeves? He can break out from anywhere. Good step on the inside now. And here's Jacob Leaf. Is it Jacob Leaf? Running for the doctor. And he waits for support. Holds it up. Oh, Mario, another good pass. Here's Matiaha. Here's the big guy, Tosakawi. Over halfway, Mario. Now Adrian Wirral. The man that can't be hurt. The unstingable man, Adrian Wirral. What wonderful rugby this is, and these forwards have played really well. Tosakawi again. Hard shoulder. The unforgiving shoulder. Up by 5 at the moment.
So awesome rugby being shown here, Ben.
Jesse Fleming got it away there. Tristan Morton the ground. Mario.
Oh, Tikasidre's got it now.
Tikasidre has it. He'll run it back. They've got a man down. They've got a man on all fours. OBM down by 5. Needing to get to the other end.
Oh, here's Dixon.
Tough passes. Lance Dixon gets up, goes again. Lance Dixon. Jordan Christie ready to clear.
There's a little bit of weird tackling going on now, Ben.
Jordan Kingy, yes, some of the tackling has become a little haphazard. Okay, Blankbeard, hard and straight. Blankbeard. Good tackle there by Matiaha. Man, has he tackled well today, Matiaha. Good rugby here, OBM, and guys coming in from the side. Penalised there, and rightly so by referee McPherson.
Penalty OBM.
No. There are no two ways about that. They're feeling the pinch here, Waikohu. Everybody's feeling the pinch. Both the prop forwards are feeling it. Both guys are doubled over. The piteous stomach stuff. Here now is Dylan Dolman Tuho. Hasn't found touch. Okay, Casey Wilson feeds Ethan Reeves, and Ethan Reeves Still got a guy hurt here. Referee, allow that. Play to continue, Ethan Reeves.
Oh, my.
Trying to get away from Blake Beard. This is the rough and tumble of rugby.
Oh, nice tackle.
Remember, 26-21, 5-point game. All Waikohu at the moment. Adrian Wyrell spins in the tackle, waits for support. He was on one leg for a long time.
Awesome defence being shown by OBM, Ben.
Both these teams. This has been a real semi-final in every sense of the word. Teams have played hard. They've played strongly.
Whoa.
That's Miles Nardali Murtawa. Going to have to be very accurate with what you do from this point on. You don't want to make a mistake here. The next disciplinary lapse could severely cost somebody, Ethan Reeves. And you've got to make tackles with your arms. That's one thing that sometimes some of these guys, it's not happening. You've got to make tackles with arms.
Oh! And that's going to be a try.
Okay. Well, Waikohu
Mate Kaido Maguire.
now get to 31. They get to 31-21, so they've got a 10-point gap now. Mate Kaido Maguire, known as Mutts.
Hey, Ben. Sees, I think. So they're up.
One thing you've got to do at this stage, you've got to stop the ball. And sometimes in the effort, to make a big shot, if you don't stop the ball, that can happen. So it had been 26-21 with the 5-pointer there, now 31-21. That will most assuredly be 2 points for 33-21. There would be something quite wrong if Ethan Reeves would have missed this one. Isaac Ngatai about to get out there. No matter what position you play or how much time remains in the game, to get out there is a big thrill. You want to be part of it.
We've got 10 minutes left in this game, Ben. 10 minutes.
Well, now it's 33-21.
Come on, Brian.
So OBM would need 2 converted tries. For the first time today, one of these teams has opened up a 12-point gap against the other. Waikohu didn't convert their second to last try, but they did, of course, convert that try. Lance Dixon always keen. Look at him, always up there, looking to get back into it. Okay, Jordan Christie being told by his captain to get himself out there. Okay, once again, the communication at restart. Adrian Wyrell now takes control. Adrian Wyrell seemed to slip on the turf a little there. Okay. OBM now having to try and tackle and force a mistake from Waikohu in their own half. The wind picked up there for a moment. 1 or 2 passes flow forward. You know what happened there, and I made the comment about it a second ago. The wind picked up a little. You can see that there, Tobias. It took a perfectly reasonable pass and blew it off course. Has this semi-final run the way you thought it would? I think it's been a very good close game.
Yeah, Ben. I was thinking to myself this morning. I didn't want it to be just one team just definitely just winning the whole game just by heaps of points. I wanted it to be close. Can't get any closer than this, Ben.
These teams are well matched. A 2 versus 3, a 1 versus 4 is potentially different. $33 points, 21. $33-21. $12-point game. Okay, OBM down the blind side, the short side. That was Neville Barwick. performing the role of an assistant referee, and that is the difference between the assistant referees of this generation and the touch judges of yesteryear. Touch judges just simply held their flags up when the ball went out, whereas these assistant referees, they're allowed and entitled to tell the referee, hey, this is what happened. And nobody can complain about that. Obviously it was a knock-on. The one thing that does strike me though,
Miles is coming
assistant
off.
referee comes in and the players are unhappy, they do nothing but yell. You don't see so much applause or recognition for a good call. Matter of fact, you don't hear any. Miles Nardeli Miltawa.
Good game for Miles.
Yes. Good rugby. Great-hearted competitor. That's a great scrum
great
here
scrum from OBM.
OBM. Is that Jesse Fleming? Takes a run there. He can certainly bump it up as a first 5. Powerful guy. 33-21. What a great Isaac Ngatai there with a good run. It's a big name in rugby, Ngatai, around here. It's Mario Council. I think he's played pretty well. Ball might have been touched and knocked forward by Costian-Olive. As now for the first time, and a short one there.
Oh.
And the right hand. The good old-fashioned punch-ups of yesteryear are no longer allowed. Well, they were never allowed, but they were certainly part of rugby law in years gone by, and something that some look forward to, but no more. 33-21. Great club OBM, but I do remember the odd game between Old Boys and Marist where some people got rowdy. (33-21). 2 tries, 1 conversion behind. Kupu Lloyd played magnificently. Tapu Dixon ready to take the field. Kupu Lloyd, he certainly looks as if he's feeling the pinch. 33-21. Jordan Christie.
Just 4 minutes left in the game, Ben.
Perusing Mario Council. This is a big scrum here. Adrian Wirral with a good pass to Jesse Fleming. Fleming boots a ball. The ball hangs up. Okay, and it bounces back for a Rosari. Now Tika Sidre has the ball. Tika Sidre encounters Jacob Leaf. Good rugby here, OBM with some pattern. Jordan Kingy ought to get to ground. Gee, man, the way these guys fall these days.
Penalty OBM.
I will never get used to the way these guys fall these days. Lay the egg, I think, is the expression they use. Brian Faitini White for the second time. OBM have missed a vital touch on this left touchline. First time I think it was Dylan, and on this occasion it's Brian Faitini White. Ethan Reeves now going to try and skirt the defence. Okay, and a valiant attempt to tackle. Great tackle by Jacob Cook. Here's Ngatai. Got it. Well, here's Adrian Wirral actually. Wirral there. What incredible balance. There's Isaac Ngatai. He's the follow-up. Okay, Mario kicked ahead by Jesse Fleming. Tell you what, OBM, they've been put under some pressure in their corner back there. For the biggest gap in the game today has been 12 points. But late in the second half, twice the home team has missed touch on line kicks, attempted line kicks. And Tobias, if you miss touch, you put yourself, I suppose, under pressure.
Definitely, Ben. It's quite unfortunate for the past 2. OBM haven't been able to hit touch.
Yeah. To be honest, these guys, their skill level is that good. The only thing that can be causing that is just concentration.
Yeah.
I think. There's no way guys that good don't aim for touch and find it. It's been very exciting rugby. 33-21. 2 tries and a conversion ahead. GT sharing Waikohu. They could be heading for the grand final, but there is still time. OBM can hold them here. But once again, they're under pressure at the moment. So the visitors have responded well to semi-final pressure at least. Ethan Reeves close to the goal line, around about 3 metres out from the line now. Goal line that is. And Waikohu with the line in sight. Lose the ball on the charge. 33-21. Tobias, that would have been the hammer blow. That would have been it.
That would have been game then. Quite unfortunate that they weren't able to execute that.
Yeah, guys are really, look at these guys coming off the field of play now. They're in some pain. Jesse Fleming on one knee. These guys, these rugby boys, they're not soft. You know, they're not going to sit there and pretend to be injured. They're injured. That's Jesse Fleming. So getting out there now for Waikohu is Te Petahi, Pukiriki. And OBM, that's a good run there by Rosari. Rosari's played powerfully today.
Rosari's had a mean game today.
He's played strongly. And Waikohu's defence has certainly picked up, as it does when you're up by 12. Here is that Jordan, as a Costio Olive. Okay, makes good ground there. Came on and has made a real difference for OBM since he's been on the field. OBM going to try and run it from their own 22. Get something going here.
Blackbeard!
Blackbeard! Oh! The high back.
Whoa!
Is that what they used to call a backdrop? You know what I mean?
Whoa!
High back body drop off the ropes.
Oh!
Irish whip into the ropes and sunset flip. Casey Wilson, whom I've always known to be a clean player. He is a clean player, but tell you what, Blackbeard, he was almost grinning. He was grinning like mankind, you know what I mean? Boy, oh boy. Ricky Tedekia. This has been some tough rugby today. Lance Dixon. Lance Dixon's had a good game too. You know, there are a lot of guys out there that have played well. Okay, that's a Jacob Cook there with a short one for Blackbeard. I haven't seen that move before. It's a new move. Only in the semi-finals can I be surprised. At the moment, 33-21.
Oh.
Here is Rosari.
Reeftan,
Brown Tedekia. He's a lightweight but quick. You better be quick when you're a lightweight. Goes again. Okay, OBM getting the ball back. They've got numbers here on the left-hand side. Lance Dixon. Dixon there in a Tristan Morton, was it? The colossal jostle. Good stuff, 33-21. Okay, Brian Faitini-Wine. Keanu Taumata. He's a fantastic player. Really is. Brian Faitini-Wine come up with something here. Excellent tackle. Was that Tapu Dixon making a good tackle? Okay. 33-21, 12-point game. Are OBM playing under advantage? I couldn't tell the signal the referee was making there. Carry on here. At the moment, remember, 33-21. Flirting with the sideline. 33-21, 12-point game. Waikohu now on the run here, the big run. Adrian Wirral, Blackbeard into Adrian Wirral. Legend in the making. Bonafide legend. Okay, got it away and Waikohu.
And that's going to be another try for Waikohu.
They're heading to the grand final now at 38 points to 21. They're up by 17 points. 38-21. In the second half, Waikohu have played inspired rugby in the second half. I wonder if this, Tobias, don't want to speak to it, the game is still going on, but I wonder if the way that they've played today will inspire Waikohu and could really lift them ahead of a big game next week. Because they have had to play so well today. Remember, at halftime it was 14-all from memory.
Yeah. You had from the first half. It was so close from the first half. From the tries scored straight after each other, Ben, to
38-21.
exactly. Such a good game. Unfortunately, very unfortunate for OBM today.
Yeah. You know, the scoreboard tells you one story, but the second part of that is the tail of the tape, which is to look where points have come and where they've been scored. And the reality is that Waikohu have had to work very, very hard to get into this position. They didn't run amok right throughout the game. They were under pressure at different times, and in the second half, they've just lifted. Sometimes you got to lift. If you don't lift in semi-finals, that's the end. It's as simple as that. 38-21, but you got to play these games out. Adrian Wirral, his hands have been as good as anybody's. (38-21). You want a guy who's terrifying to tackle. Awful to try to tackle. It's Tapu Dixon. They're like a little cannonball, man. Honestly, when he comes at you, nothing's scarier for a big guy than the feeling of the chap with the ball running underneath you. And he can do that, Tapu Dixon. If you've got long, spindly legs and he's running towards you, it's not nice. 38-21. Tobias, good game today, this first semi-final.
Yeah, definitely, Ben. It's been all over the place on it. From the first half to the second half, it definitely showed that both teams wanted this, but definitely Waikohu showed it that they wanted it more.
Think of how hard these coaches and these teams have worked all season. Still representative rugby to come for many. Waikohu certainly 14 all, half time. This rugby today, tough stuff. OBM happy with that. It's still 38 points to 26. Brian Faitiri White still with an unblemished goal-kicking record. Remember, that was a feature of the game for such a long time, Tobias, the goal-kicking, but certainly Waikohu's tries have, obviously they've really sealed the deal. Okay, shot a goal is missed. And that's the end. 38 points to 26 at the end. What did you think, Tobias? Good game?
Definitely, Ben, for first semi-final. Waikohu definitely showed up. And, well, the YMP Naidapa game coming up at 2:45 at Barry Park, that's going to be such a good one to watch.
Well, just before I attempt to charge all the way down to Barry Park, let me just say, Waikohu scored the first try in the game very, very quickly, but after that they were under pressure for a long time from OBM. This game was not handed to them on a plate. It was 14 all at half-time. They had to work darn hard to win it, but work hard they did and came up with a result.